Hello, my name is Michael Martin, and I am continuing a series of YouTube videos on business research used in my journal article on employee retention, which you can find on my channel. I am seeking to help business owners and executives understand the research behind employee retention, leadership, and organizational strategy. The title of this video is Understanding Qualitative Research and Independent Scholar Breakdown. Today, I want to walk you through an important methodological article on qualitative research, not the surface level explanation, but the deeper academic foundation behind it. Because if you are conducting independent scholar research, or leading organizational strategy, or interpreting employee behavior, you must understand why qualitative research matters. This article is not a traditional experiment with statistical findings. Instead, it is a methodological overview, a structured explanation of what qualitative research is, how it is conducted, and how it contributes to rigorous scholarship. What is qualitative research? Qualitative research is designed to answer how and why questions. It seeks to understand how individuals experience a phenomenon, why they make certain decisions, how they interpret their environment, rather than measuring frequency or correlation. Qualitative research captures meaning, perception, context, and lived experience. In and in complex human systems, especially organizational environments, that depth matters. Qualitative versus quantitative, not a competition. One of the strongest contributions of the article is its reminder that qualitative and quantitative research are not adversaries. They are complementary. Quantitative research answers how many, how often, is there a statistical relationship? Qualitative research answers why does this happen? How do participants interpret this? What contextual factors shape this outcome? In independent scholar research and business studies, the strongest designs often integrate both. Major qualitative approaches. The article outlines four foundational qualitative methodologies. Let me briefly explain each. First, ethnography. Ethnography involves immersion within a group or environment to understand behavior and context. This is common in cultural studies and increasingly relevant in organizational cultural research. Second, grounded theory. Grounded theory builds theory directly from data. Instead of testing a pre-existing hypothesis, the researcher allows themes and patterns to emerge organically. This is particularly powerful when studying new or evolving phenomena, such as post-pandemic workforce shifts. Third, phenomenology. Phenomenology focuses on lived experience. It asks, what is it like to experience this phenomenon? For example, what is it like to experience burnout or remote leadership or involuntary turnover? Fourth, narrative research. Narrative research constructs structured accounts based on participant stories. It emphasizes rich description and often includes direct quotations to preserve authenticity. Research paradigms, the worldview behind the method. The article also discusses research paradigms. This is critical at the independent scholar level. Qualitative research is often grounded in post-positivist or constructivist paradigms, meaning reality is understood as socially constructed. Experience shapes interpretation, context influences perception. In contrast, traditional positivism assumes objective measurement as the primary path to knowledge. Understanding your paradigm is not academic decoration. It determines your design, your sampling strategy, your analytical lens, and now you justify rigor. Sampling in qualitative research. Unlike quantitative research, qualitative sampling is not about statistical representation. It is about information richness. The article references approaches such as purposive sampling, criterion sampling, snowball sampling, typical case sampling. The goal is not volume, the goal is depth. Data collection and analysis. The primary tools include interviews, focus groups, observation. Once collected, data is transcribed, coded, and analyzed for themes. This may be done manually or with software. Coding transforms raw dialogue into structured insight. Themes emerge, patterns are identified, conceptual models are developed, and ultimately, meaning is synthesized. Reporting standards. The article also emphasizes reporting rigor. For interviews and focus groups, COREQ provides a structured checklist. For broader qualitative reporting, SRQR outlines standardized expectations. This ensures transparency, credibility, and reproducibility. Because qualitative does not mean subjective, it means systematically interpretive. Practical application. The teen smoking example. The article provides a useful applied example. Researchers first conduct qualitative interviews to understand why teens smoke. Then they develop quantitative surveys to measure prevalence to identify factors. Then they return to qualitative methods to explore the dominant influence, for example, peer pressure, in greater depth. The cyclical approach demonstrates methodological maturity. It integrates measurement and meaning. Independent scholar takeaway. Here is the executive summary. If quantitative research tells you what is happening, qualitative research tells you why it is happening. And if you are leading organizations, designing interventions, or conducting independent scholar research on employee retention, understanding the why is not optional. It is foundational. Qualitative research gives voice to human experience. It transforms perception into structured insight. And when conducted rigorously, it becomes one of the most powerful tools in applied organizational research. If you found this helpful, subscribe for more independent scholar breakdowns on research methodology, employee retention, and strategic organizational leadership. I'll see you in the next discussion. Below in the description, I'll share reference to the journal article discussed. Thank you.